So, I know I can't be the only one that found this week's Undead Unluck chapter to be a little disconcerting, right? It was a little perturbing. I didn't really care for it much, which is abnormal. I usually quite like Undead Unluck. But this week's chapter was really weird. Because after getting Andy back and getting our new union, and oh my god, the superior rules are free, we got the big quests coming up for all the Order members to go on and do their soul training and become even stronger, so then the ultimate union can face God. Well, we've just skipped all of that and have gone right to Ragnarok immediately without like any build-up. Which feels really off, you know, given that the last time Ragnarok happened, we had like 40 chapters of build-up to it. So this has got some people wondering if perhaps the series has gotten the axe. Which, not a very comforting sentiment. It's a bit worrying, because although Undead Unluck is oftentimes a bit of a fast-paced series, like each of the individual negator arcs for this last stretch of the story have generally been taken care of in like, I don't know, half a dozen chapters or something. You know, they get taken care of pretty easily for the most part. We gotta get through that stuff. And Undead Unluck doesn't have a lot of really long arcs like some other series. It's still shown that it's been able to spend a bit of time on something if it's good for the narrative. Don't forget, Autumn was like 20 chapters. Summer was like a dozen chapters, despite it like 90% just being the fight with Fang. Spring was like 15 chapters or something. Ragnarok was like 40 chapters. It's the longest arc so far, I do believe. So just skipping over what seems like an opportunity for a lot of really cool fights and great character moments and character development to just get right to the battle with God. Get right back to fighting Sun. Oh, and now he's reabsorbed the superior rules, so he's even stronger than he was in the last Ragnarok? What? Now, maybe we're getting duped here. Maybe. You know, it almost kind of seems like Sun is supposed to be a bit of a fake out, because Luna is really suspicious. You know, she's even antagonistic to the superior rules. And the way that she's acting this chapter makes it sort of seem like she's the real villain, because she's the one orchestrating this big Ragnarok happening all of a sudden, and didn't let the superior rules go out and do things on their own. She's the reason that things are feeling so concerningly rushed right now. So maybe this fight now, whatever it's going to be, is a red herring. God gets split up into pieces, the superior rules are freed, and then it's like, that Luna. The one who controls our points and whatnot. You know, the one with access to the round table. She's the real villain. The real one we need to be working together to defeat. I could maybe see that. And the reasoning makes sense. Andy was able to spend 4.5 billion years keeping essentially all of the superior rules restrained on his own. He could probably fight every single one of them by himself from the other side of the world while everyone else is fighting them in groups. Like you could have your individual pairings or trios going to fight each of the rules, and then Andy could do support for literally every single one of them while fighting Soul or something. So, you know, Luna makes a compelling point. Andy washes almost all of them, and probably still beats Soul, in all honesty. But it just doesn't feel right. It feels so strange. So many missed opportunities with just skipping over all of those fights. Like 8 individual missed opportunities. It's strange. It's 7 or 8. It's really fucking weird. And I'm a little worried. I won't lie. It does worry me a bit. Because even though we really like Undead Unluck, I think it's really good, I don't think it's ever been particularly noteworthy when it comes to the commercial side of things. It's not one of the big sellers for Jump. The anime didn't really boost sales or make a ton of money for them, which, you know, is their fault for putting it on, like, fucking Hulu. But, you know, the possibility exists. And you may think it's weird for a series to get axed like this, over 220 chapters in. But do not forget, that shit happened to, like, Toriko, when it was over 300 chapters into the series. So, such a thing is not unheard of. But it's never good, really. Like, Toriko's ending, even though they skipped over a lot of stuff, the focus on the main things happening with Toriko himself, I would say was still pretty good. I mean, I liked it personally. I didn't think it was bad. I just wish other things got more spotlight as well. Either way, it's not ideal, so I hope that's not what's happened here. So we'll clasp our hands together in prayer, and we'll pray to the Shueisha editorial board, and hope that they haven't axed this gem of a series, because we just got to the part we've all been waiting for. You know, like, the last stretch of chapters was fantastic. Andy's return was amazing. And then you axe it immediately after? That doesn't make any sense. So I hope that's not the case. But I say nervously, only time will tell. We're just gonna have to wait and find out. Because with that, that's all I've got for this week's video. If you guys enjoyed, definitely be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I do Undead Unluck chapter reactions or reviews whenever I think a chapter is worth talking about, and unfortunately this one was worth talking about for not great reasons. Hopefully the next ones will be different. But until then, I'll see you guys around. Take care.